So let's be real. It's hard to tell what the cost of the smart home tech and gadgets we love will be over the next 6 to 12 months or longer, especially if you live here in the US. So I think if you've been debating about moving forward with some various smart home upgrades, this Prime Day could be a really good time to pounce on some deals. We'll start off with the Hisense U8. Now, Hisense sent me the 65-inch 2025 model of this QLED TV earlier this year, and I was really impressed, of course, with the picture quality, but this is a smart home TV that works with Amazon Alexa, Google Home, Apple Home, of course, and AirPlay. So you got lots of options to control the TV power and the input with any of your smart home automations. And I think getting this TV for just under $1,000 really changes the value of this TV to be really attractive. And of course, this TV also supports a lot of the high refresh rates for gaming, up to 165 Hertz on all 3 HDMI 2.1 ports. Now moving on to one of today's sponsors, Aqara, where I want to tell you a little bit of a story. So earlier this year, I realized I made a huge mistake. If you've watched this channel for a while, you've probably heard me talk about the importance of leak sensors and how Aqara makes great affordable leak sensors that you can put all over your home. And I've even tested how they can be paired with an Aqara valve controller T1 to shut off the water to your home automatically if specific leak sensors are triggered. And I already had leak sensors all over my home. But in all this time, I somehow decided it wasn't worth putting one of these sensors under my kitchen sink. So one day I realized that moving things in and out of the cabinet had knocked the drain pipe and loosened the seal under my kitchen sink. And everything under the kitchen sink was wet, and I had to do a lot of cleanup work. Needless to say, I have an Aqara leak detector under there now. Prime Day is a great time to stock up on Aqara leak sensors. A 3-pack is 33% off here in the US, down to $36.99. And the smart valve controller T1 I mentioned is discounted down to $55.99. For less than $100, you could save yourself from very expensive water damage by catching it before it's a big problem. Another great Aqara product to keep an eye out for is the LED bulb T2, which is a smart bulb I installed as a status light outside of my office. It turns red when I'm on a call or recording a video like this, so my family knows not to come in. It's more than 20% off for both the RGB and CCT models to a record low price of $17.99 here in the US. For these Prime Day deals and more from Aqara, check out the links at the top of the description. Thanks again so much to Aqara for sponsoring this video. Now, Eve, they are a privacy-first smart home company based in Germany, and they have discounts across a lot of their product line for Prime Day. And one of their products that I've never really talked about on this channel, but this year I've actually come around to realizing it's actually a really cool product. It's nothing really all that new, but it's the Eve Flare. This is a really cool portable light that works with Apple Home, and you have this little wire hook thing so you can hang it from whatever, or you could just set it with the rubber feet on a tabletop. It can be a nice accent light, and it can be fun for kids to play with. Just a great accessory to have in your home, and then you can just put it back on the charging dock when you're done with it. Another deal from Eve that I might want to take advantage of as well this Prime Day is the Eve Energy Matter Smart Plug 2-pack, which is down to $59.99. I think anytime you can get Eve Energy smart plugs, which work with Matter over Thread for $30 a piece, that's a good deal. And if 2 is too much for you, they also have 1 Eve Energy for a little bit more at $34.99. Again, discounted to that price, because you can never have too many smart plugs. Am I right? Well, Lutron, the company that basically invented the dimmer switch, they of course with their Lutron Caseta line have a great set of smart switches that work with Apple Home as well as many other smart home platforms. If you've heard me talk about their Prime Day deals before, you might have already skipped this chapter, but if you didn't, this time it's different. So usually Lutron always has discounts on their starter kits, and that's great. Those are also 20% off this Prime Day. That means that you get one of the Lutron Caseta bridges, which you need to connect all your switches to your smart home, and then usually one switch or dimmer of some kind, and then a Pico remote. There are different combinations of them. I highly recommend, if you're getting into Lutron Caseta, to go with the Diva dimmer style and the Diva dimmer starter kit. If you're already into Lutron Caseta and you're watching this, you can also get 15% off their original and Diva style dimmers. It doesn't seem like this is extending to the switches, so just the on-off switches are not discounted. But if you're in the market for either the original style dimmers or the Diva style dimmers, they are now 15% off. A great deal, and it's time to start putting up some smart dimmers in your home. But you know what else it's time to start doing? Cleaning your house. Roborock has lots of great deals for Prime Day, and they've partnered with me to show you their F25 RT wet dry vac. Thanks to my YouTube channel, we get lots of products in our home to test, but my wife said this was by far her favorite thing I've ever set up. I can't remember a time where we've both been this excited about a product. The F25 RT makes cleaning hard floors super fast. The 450 RPM roller scrubs with a combination of water and a cleaning solution. And behind that, the 20,000 Pascal vacuum sucks up any dirt and debris. This powerful combo can quickly tackle a mind-blowing amount of mess on your floor. One detail that Roborock has nailed here is getting the roller to extend edge to edge. This means you can clean with this vacuum right up along baseboards and edges of rooms. There's no gap to the wall. When you're done cleaning, you can put the F25 RT in its dock where, like a robot vacuum, it washes its mop and charges the battery. Speaking of robot vacuums, Roborock's latest Saros 10R can be controlled right in Apple Home using the new Matter integration. It also has extending mops and brushes to scrub to the edges of rooms, and an ultra-thin 3.14-inch design to fit under furniture, and a special adapt lift chassis to climb over small ledges up to 1.5 inches tall. It also has some of the best obstacle avoidance that I've seen. The Saros 10R is 20% off for Prime Day, under $1,300, and that F25 RT wet dry vac I was talking about earlier is 30% off for Prime Day, around $200. To get these deals and more from Roborock, check out the links at the top of the description. And thanks again to Roborock for sponsoring this video. Now, there are 1,000,001 home key locks out there, and we could probably make an entire video just about home key locks, even just for Prime Day. But that aside, let's focus right now on interior locks. If you want to get a latch lock for the inside of your home, the Thorbolt Mark I from Sleekpoint, I think, is a really great little doorknob option for that, and it's discounted 20% off to $71.99 here in the US for Prime Day. And so a great way to save a little bit of money if you're looking to put a latch lock on one of your interior doors, add some more security to, let's say, a walk-in closet with jewelry or a home office with a lot of electronics. And I recently talked about this on a video on my channel about upgrades you can do to your smart home. You can go check out that video if you want to learn more about this Sleekpoint lock. Now, another big company in the smart home space that I talk about a lot on this channel, Nanoleaf, they actually have their outdoor string lights with a great discount. Now, last year I reviewed the outdoor string light 30-meter kit, and this is basically 2 of their 15-meter light strips put together in one kit, and so you can really span a big area of, let's say, a deck or a backyard, even a pool area. They are really nice lights. I love how they're not just smart with multiple colors and animations and all the stuff you'd probably expect from an Nanoleaf, but it's also just a really cool shape of light bulb that catches the light during the day in fun ways and just looks very elegant, and is also something that through the hot summer last year and cold winter here in Illinois, and then another hot summer, the lights have continued to work just fine, and the bulbs themselves don't fog up, at least yet. They still look nice and clear. So these are 20% off, down from $220 to $175.99, so a $44 savings for Prime Day. Another product that Nanoleaf announced this year at CES, and I saw in their suite in Las Vegas during a tour of it, is their floor lamp. And they sent me one earlier this spring, which I checked out, made a short about, have it in my kids' room now. It's a really nice floor lamp, and one key difference that Nanoleaf got right here compared to a lot of other floor lamps that I've seen is that the base is just the perfect size. It's not too big and too heavy, but it's big enough, wide enough and heavy enough to really keep the lamp stable, even when you're on something like high pile carpet, where a lot of these sort of stick corner lamps can just wave back and forth. Not really what you'd want from a lamp that you expect to be stable on the floor. So that is 33% off, down from $129 to $79.99, so $40 savings per Prime Day there. And if you want to just get my full list of lots more Prime Day deals than what you see in this video, you can head on over to my website at ericw.org/Prime Day. And if you want to stick around here on YouTube and watch some more videos, you can actually find a couple more Prime Day deals along with a lot of ideas for upgrading your smart home here in my recent video linked on the screen. Thanks again to Aqara and Roborock for partnering with me to make this video possible. You can find their links to all their Prime Day deals at the top of the description, and I hope to see you in the next video.